Beep, beep, beep. Welcome to the Court of the Digester. How you doing, peeps? Right. I've got a big dinner party tonight with friends. I'm really looking forward to it. 70s themed. We've got a pineapple and cheese hedgehog. And I've got some baby sham glasses. I'm insane. Oh, but it'll be fun. First time I've done it for a very long time. First time I felt well enough to do it for a very long time. So tonight I'm seeing friends. Whilst you are watching this, we have just begun our meal. So I'm very much looking forward to spending time with my closest friends. And it's going to be an interesting evening of discussion because we've got together to discuss the nonsense. There's a first for me, to actually do it in that kind of formalised way. So I think it's going to be an interesting evening. So today, become a warrior teacher, share this, become a Jesterite warrior teacher first, because January start, we're enrolling now. Come and tell me you want to be a warrior teacher. And I've got a great article here that I would like to take you through a portion of. You may remember that I mentioned that when I went to the LGBT Alliance conference, I met a group who just started called lgbchristians.org.uk, who are a group of folk of faith who have got together to join the battle against the unreality of critical social justice, gender identity ideology, all the other nonsense that comes with it. And they've got a great article from December the 11th, 2023, written by a guy called James Caspian. So James is our author today for this document, which of course you will find, say it, in the Dubris. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. But remember, subscribe and share. That's the most important thing. Oh, and if you can buy me a coffee, do, will you? They've been demonetising stuff again. I don't know. Here we go, right? So this is The Dark Side of Inclusivity, fascinating, by James Caspian. Perhaps it is the postmodernist vacuum, the post-postmodernist vacuum, filled with a polarised and simplistic furore on social media over anything and everything that identity politics and the philosophy of critical theory, where the end result is that people are either villain or victims, has taken resonance. Every spiritual and religious tradition with ancient roots has taught the same essential truth. That the supreme transcendent consciousness is essentially pure love. And that whilst the ways to this may seem many, there are some ways that are recognizable and have been trodden before by sages. The teachings and the way of Jesus, while being simple, are not easy. A core tenet is the everyone is welcome mantra. Everyone. Anyone may hear the call and answer it. No one will be turned away. The church, any church, provides a place and a structure where spiritual practice can take place. Identity politics, where groups of people form exclusive social and political alliances according to the group to which they belong, or identity takes many forms, for instance, a religion, race, nationality, sexual orientation, political or philosophical viewpoint. Within the last decade, a new and widely misunderstood and opaquely explained identity has been widely embraced, not least on the back of a no-debate policy. Typical cult, say, no debate. Thus, has gender identity become a kind of secular religion for many people. So true, isn't it? Right, it's so true. When we look at this from a more theological standpoint, it becomes interesting. When you can look at it from any standpoint, we do this on the Warrior Teacher Programme, but looking at it from a theological standpoint here in the article that I'm reading now, fascinating. You know, it has become a kind of secular religion for many people. It's so true. So true. See, that's what happens when you kill God, right? Politics, like religion, has its tenets and its dogmas. Its drivers have taken it to every institution in the land and embedded it by using every means at its disposal. Not all have been edifying. The Equality Act 2010 has the unenviable task of trying to hold the ring between competing and sometimes conflicting rights, including claims about gender identity, which in themselves often lack legal definition. It was the philosopher Foucault who said that legislating about something plays a part about bringing it into being. We all know about Foucault, don't we? Who I think knew Foucault, but that's just me. This Equality Act created categories of people with protected characteristics, which are thus given special status. For instance, age, sex, sexual orientation, race, religion, beliefs, and gender reassignment. The Act was the culmination of decades of civil rights being dealt with on a piecemeal basis. The Act was really a bringing together, this is me, it was a bringing together of many things. You know, like the Women's Act, the Race Relations Act, it all came together to become the Equality Act. I'm not convinced about it being giving people special status, because I think it protects us all. So there's perhaps a point of disagreement with me there with this article. I'll leave you to tell me whether you agree with me in the Dubris, okay? The drive to achieve equality of opportunity. There's the words. Equality of opportunity is so important. The drive to achieve equality of opportunity and acceptance in society of those who had historically been discriminated against require consolidation, as well as much consistency and fairness as possible. Recognising there is to protect us all. For example, people who had transitioned to the other sex or were visibly gender non-conforming often found it difficult to obtain employment in the mainstream prior to the Equality Act. Casual discrimination and censoring was commonplace. I had a friend who, on transitioning from male to female, was banned from attending the Mormon church and even from setting foot in the building. They sat outside the church every Sunday on a chair as the congregation filed in. So the Equality Act serves as a mean by which to put an end to such crude discrimination. See, that's interesting how they... Remember, everybody's got to be included, right? That's the idea. So in that particular paragraph there, an agreement with this concept that there is such a person as true trans. However, every light casts a shadow. The shadow that has emerged in the name of equal rights and tolerance is, of course, one of intolerance. The most vociferous advocates of social justice and critical theory, just like those before them in countless religions, philosophical and political belief systems, discriminates against anyone who does not conform to their views and beliefs. They cite these not as being beliefs but as concrete reality and the only acceptable way to see the created order. Thus, what has become to be known reasonably or not as gender ideology purports that gender identity has a concrete and unchangeable reality, more real than biological physical sex. To disagree makes a person the enemy of the belief system, and they must, by default then, be in some way destroyed. There's a great grasp here of the situation by James Caspian. I don't agree with everything he's saying, and it will be a very interesting conversation to have. I met the lovely folk at the LGBT Christian Society, and there's a picture of me on their website, bless them. Right, love it. Get me on there. Bit of PR, right? So there's a great deal more to this. Please go take a look. It's a very, very worthwhile article, and there's some good resources included with it as well. You're not going to agree with everything they say because they're coming at it from a Christian standpoint. It's all about standpoints, isn't it? But we can agree with the unreality of it all, no matter who you are. So I would urge you, please do go and have a look and see what they've got to say. It is worth noting that James, who is Anglican and a former church warden, is also a founder member of Thoughtful Therapists, who we know do some great work, and some of whom are undertaking the Warrior Teacher, or the Winning Mindset Creating Warriors program, which is what we're doing. So if you'd like to become one of them, come and join me. Go and have a look at this. Links in the Dubris, usual stuff, yeah. I'm going to go off and get ready for my evening do, because I've got to decant sorbet from one dish into a half a lemon. This is so 70s. But I'm hoping to have fun and I can do with a bit of it. I'm bloody knackered. I'll see you a lot later. Bye.